Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I always think that trying to ask people to speak when the stage has been made ready for a wonderful performance is just the wrong thing to do. But poor Sudeep came all the way to my house in Gurgaon to invite me and asked me to say a few words. He was talking about ambition and how it drives people in life. And he has read a lot of poetry, and he was terribly taken up with Macbeth and all that happens there because of the ambition of two people. I don't think the world can exist without ambition. Today, when we have Chandrayaan-3, which has landed on the soft and dark side of the moon, which nobody has touched so far, we know that but for the fact that man wants to know things and is ambitious, nothing would be achieved in this world. But it's a question of how far you can take that ambition and what you aim to do with that ambition. I have always been intrigued by young people who get inspired by literature from other languages, something which is not part of the culture of the dance forms that they are practicing all the time. I think this is very important. You take ideas from everywhere and you try to bring them into your own dance language. You try and see what you can do with it. The idea is there, and then when you translate it, of course, there are lots of issues involved. There's a question of music, there's a question of poetry, there's a question of the dance language, and whether you are going to take something culturally as it is when you read the original, and keep that cultural spirit while you bring it into your own language, or whether you're going to change it completely. Just take the idea from somewhere else and make it into something which fits your own particular dance form. There are lots of issues involved, and I saw this young dancer perform quite some time back and realized that he was a young man of ideas and wanted to try out new things. And I think it is very important that young people set out to try and do new things, not to change the tradition or the language which they are following, but trying to see if through that language, which should be a very complete language if you've mastered it in full, what you can do in terms of bringing out new ideas. That's always exciting, and particularly Shakespeare, I think. His plays have inspired a lot of ideas in different art genres. Particularly the Kathakali people have taken a lot from Shakespeare. Macbeth, Othello, Hamlet. I've seen all these plays produced in the Kathakali style, and believe you me, they are very powerful when they are staged in the Kathakali form, given the Mani Pravalam script. And so we have a young dancer today who's trying out something in Kathak, and I'm very happy. I wish him all success, and I hope more young people do this. And one doesn't have to bother about whether a thing is going to fail or succeed. You want it to succeed, of course, but that doesn't matter. The more important thing is that you try to do something. Do your very best and see whether what you have as your repertoire can be increased. I wish this evening all success.